Why did you paint me pink? Oh!
Hey guys, so today... Wait. What? Why are you guys looking at me? You're not supposed to be looking at me. You're supposed to be looking at the mower. But here you were looking at me, but not the mower. That's not how this was supposed to go down. Well, right. Now, you know what? Just forget it. Just roll the titles. Hey guys, so today we have this. It's a Lawnflite by MTD, and if you notice, it has a pink spark plug. And this is also the mower that you guys picked the color of. That's right, you guys picked that pink color. Unfortunately, the engine doesn't run. I believe it's got piston wear or piston ring wear to the point where, well, unfortunately, it's not able to hold the compression because it's all coming up to the crankcase. So normally, I would say that this is powered by a Briggs Quattro 4.0. Unfortunately, this one's not powered by that at all because, well, this one can't develop any power because it can't run. Instead, we're gonna wait, guys. No, guys, come back. I know. You see this mower and you think, oh, great, it's the end of the video already? No. This is the same mower, yes, 100%. This is the same mower. This is that one that has a tire valve instead of an oil drain dipstick tube. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's bizarre. I guess it's kept the oil in. It's kind of just been sitting here and the oil hasn't spilled out all over. No, this mower hasn't been sitting here. It's been in the shed. Well, what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on pulling this engine because I do know it runs, but I think some water got into the carburetor. So we're gonna probably have to go through that first. But anyway, I know it does run provided the carburetor lets it. And yeah, it kind of hasn't done anything. All summer long it's been sitting in the shed. Anyway, yeah, I want to pull it off here and plop it onto there. Except I think I'm going to turn this part here pink, but this will be black. I don't want to change that from black. This, I think I have to turn pink. Sorry, guys. Anyway, let's crack into it. Right, so let's tilt this mower back. Right, so this should be 5/8. Yep, it's 5/8. Right, so we'll swap over to 1/2 inch. 1, 2, and finally we'll just crack the third one. Because I'll lower it down first. That way it doesn't accidentally fall off. I mean, the last thing we need is the darn thing to lose its head, right? We don't need it falling off. Be some like Beetlejuice action or something. Oh, look, its head fell off. Now, there we go. That's the last bolt. The engine's free. You just remove it from here. There it goes. Right, so now we got to get that engine off of there. So let's get it propped up, because that's going to be interesting, especially since there's no handlebars. Well, whatever, we'll figure out a way. We always do. So again, 5/8, and we'll switch it to maximum. Let's take it off. And look at that, I took it off. And yep, it's a brand new blade as well. So swap that off. 1/2 inch. You know, hopefully these aren't 9/16 and call me a complete liar for saying they're 1/2 inch. Thankfully, they're 1/2 inch. Okay, same thing. I'm going to lower it down now and then remove the bolts so the head doesn't fall off. We don't need it losing its head. Right, so let's get that engine off. Okay. Sorry about the joke, guys. Sorry about the joke. Okay, we'll get it off properly this time. Now, what to do with this deck? That's the question. And I'm honestly not 100% sure. I have a whole bunch of other decks. I mean, I'll just hang it up in the garage. Why not? It's a good deck. It's solid. It doesn't have rust. It's just, it's kind of been picked apart. And it does kind of have some, not a ton, but it kind of does have a little bit of sentimental value, considering, I mean, the outro video is literally this mower. But at the same time, I think it's time that we get a proper engine on it and send it out to pasture and let someone else deal with it. Because honestly, what are we going to do with this thing? Just keep it forever for prosperity sakes? Nah, it's got to go. It's got to go. Right. So I'm just going to move it off to the side, and we'll get the pink mower back on and get the engine on there. Now we just got to get the engine on. So let me grab the engine and we'll get it all set up and get it on, get the blade on, and then we'll get started getting the cover off. Because kind of did sort of agree to my wife to make the cover pink. Okay, let me just fix its orientation. And there you go. All done. We just got to bolt it down. There. First one's in. This is a lot of fun. No, honestly, it's actually a lot of fun. Why do you assume I'm kidding when I say that it's a lot of fun? If it wasn't a lot of fun, I wouldn't be doing it. There we go. Whew. Engine's in place. We just gotta tighten it down. So let's flip her back. Oh, might as well grab the blade. Get the blade ready. Right, and back it goes. There. I got you guys braced on the shed. See? Just like that. Sorry, what I meant to say is I have it braced against the shed, not you guys braced against the shed, because that sounds wrong. That sounds really wrong. So we'll use the blade adapter that was already in that engine, and we'll set this one aside. Get the 1/2 inch, have the 5/8 ready. Okay, so let's seat these guys. Now we'll swap to 5/8. There we go. Hey, look at that, guys. Look what I found. A red subscribe button. If you made it this far into the video, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up. Comment below. I love to read your comments, and I try to reply to as many of them as I can, especially the early ones. All right, guys, back to the video. Now let's get the blade on. You know the funny thing? When you look under here and someone asks you, is it pink? Look, it's pink. There we go. That's on there, nice and solid. So we can put this down now. Sorry about that visual picture, guys. Right, so one of my phones is complaining the battery is critically low. So we're gonna need two 5/16ths, and let's pop the fuel tank off. Come on, fuel tank. There, fuel tank's off. And then back here, two 3/8. Right, so the two 5/16ths. And now the two 3/8. Right, so now that needs to have this separated, and this is going to be painted pink. But first I got to take those stickers off. But in the interim, the kids just got back from school, so I got to welcome them in, and I'll pick this up shortly. Okay, as you can see, it's rained yet a little bit more. Yeah, primer bulb's not looking too good. How do I know that water's gotten in? Just back in here, I can see it bubbling up every time I hit the primer bulb. Yeah, definitely gotten some water in that carb. So let's pop it off and take a look at the damage in there. I'm going to use a number 3 Phillips. Should be able to take this off. Nope, maybe not. Gotta take off the exhaust. Let me grab a 7/16 to take that off. Looks like water got into the cylinder there. Hopefully that forbidden milkshake's not in there. Nope, doesn't look like it. Don't worry, I do have an actual proper valve. See, I'm looking at the valve stem and I almost called it a valve, well, I called that a valve stem. But I do have a proper dipstick tube for this, so don't worry, this will be replaced. It definitely looks like a little bit of water got into there. There we go. See which one it goes into? The one that's closest to the intake. And the spring, that goes on this dog ear. And the whole reason it goes onto this ear is so that if you bend it one way, you can lower the RPM. If you bend it the other way, it increases the RPM. I don't know what I feel about this primer bulb. We'll see if it needs replacement. It's a little cracked, but whatever. Maybe it still works. Oops, losing things. Right, I'm gonna take this inside and we'll work on it where it's a little bit warmer. Okay, so let's pop open this little guy. 1/2 inch on the bottom. Looks like the water's already fallen out of it. Hopefully it's not all rusted. That'll suck. There we
go. Wafer washer is off. Put that back on the main jet, which is full of water. Yeah, there we go. There's all the water. Yeah, she was full of water. But it didn't rust in here, so that's a good sign. That crud is. Good. And the main jet looks like it's got some crud in it. Oh, come on. Sheesh. Toss that in there. Needle. Float. There's the emulsion tube in there. Let's take off the air filter. Then we'll pop out that emulsion tube. Come here, yellow. Come on, emulsion tube. Nope, let me grab the bigger one. Got it that time. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's take this apart. At least get the, you know what? I don't think there's really much more need to pull that apart. Not at all. I think that's pretty good the way it is now. I'll just put it in the ultrasonic this way. That way we can get this all nice and cleaned out. Make sure that any kind of gummies or anything like that, or crud that's up in any of the passages, make sure that all those are gone. Right, so let me get this in the ultrasonic, and as soon as that's done, we'll get this put back together and get it back on the machine. All right, see you shortly, guys. So I've got the first coat of primer on. It's still wet. As you can see, it's really shiny. I had this embellishment ring that went around the pull recoil, so I had to pop that off. I just used a flat screwdriver to pop it off, and then 2/4 inch screws, and pull recoil came off. I took the stickers off with the heat gun, or at least best I could. This sticker here, unfortunately, didn't survive the heat gun. It looked like it had been taken off once before and did not survive. It did not like it. Or it came off, but it seemed like it had been super glued on. It was very bizarre. But the prime 3 times, and the engine information, both of them I got. And the pull recoil I'm not going to be painting, so it's going to stay that way. I really wonder how this is going to look. I hope it looks okay when this is all pink. So at least it's going to match the mower, so that's going to be interesting. So as soon as this dries, I've got to give it another coat, and then I guess I'm going to put the pink on And that's got to be at least 2-3 coats. So, right. I'll see you soon, guys. All right, so let's rebuild this thing. First things first, we'll do the easy part. Just because it's not that easy. It's getting the straw in. Because it's already bent, it goes in pretty simple for this one. Bulb still seems okay. All right, so let's pop in the emulsion tube. Let me get the Tecumseh tool so I can pop that in. Actually, I don't actually need it. I've got a screwdriver that will fit. There we go. That's it. Pick the needle up. Let's get that back on. Put the pin in. Yeah, it looks parallel. So that's a good sign. That means the seat's not swollen. Now, if you see this little nipple here, if you look at the bowl, you'll see a dimple. You line those two up, that keeps the float from bottoming out, for one, and two, it also helps you know what orientation it goes in. Gasket. Now the main jet. Let me grab some picks and we'll clean this out. Yeah, I'm gonna need a really fine wire for that one. There. That should be nice and cleaned out. Now don't forget about that guy. This one right here. That one's really important. The air filter's still sound. Just got, it got a little bit damp and then dried, but yeah, a little bit of mold on it. Uh-oh. That's okay. The lawnmower won't care. Right. So, I don't actually have any replacement filters. This is new. It hasn't actually been used. It just got a little bit damp because, well, it kind of been sitting in the shed and just sat there. But yeah, it hasn't been used. It just ran that one time, which was, as you saw in the outro videos, of basically, you'll see it at the end of this. That was the only time that this lawnmower has ever run. That's it. Anytime before that, well, I don't know in its previous life, but since I've owned it, that is the only time that lawnmower has ever run. So yeah, we'll see how the engine goes. Bring all this out, and there's some dipstick tubes. 2 of them, and 2 dipsticks, because I'm not sure as far as the engine cover goes. Because there's the engine cover. So, yeah. It's fully painted. It's ready to go. All I need to do now, it's just still fully curing. It's not completely fully cured. Just need to get the sticker back on here. And get the stickers on here. Unfortunately, this one, it didn't survive. But at least that's there. And, yeah, as you can see, it actually looks pretty good, right? The black and pink. My wife says it looks a lot better in person than it does on camera, but I think it's not bad. I actually think it's not bad. I think it's going to look really good on the mower. So I'll leave it here for now. We'll get set up shortly outside and I guess we'll get this mower back together. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. I just got to also find a screw to hold that on. All right. See you soon, guys. All right, let's get this carburetor on. So, one of the first things is we get the fuel line on. Then we get the linkages in. Remember, closest to the intake. This one goes in the top hole, like this. And this one goes in the bottom hole, like that. Actually, let's pass it behind so it's not rubbing. Looks like it's rubbing against the governor linkage, and I don't want that. There we go. Breather tubes on. Start that one. And we'll start the bottom one. Thread the bottom one all the way in. And the top one all the way in. Now we'll get the high output exhaust. Nice. Okay, take 2. There we go. Carburetor's on. Now all we got to do is put the cover on. Now that we're outside, you can see all the imperfections. Looks great. Right.
That's awesome. Okay, now is to get the fuel tank on. Yeah, there we go. That is all done. I don't think it's too bad. I mean, besides the fact that I know it's pink, it's not everybody's favorite color, but I don't think it looks too bad. I'll say one thing, it is definitely unique. It is most definitely unique. Right, I guess we should be testing this, but it looks like I need a cable, an engine brake cable, and we gotta get that dipstick tube in. I gotta find a 5/16 screw. I'll be right back. Thinking the longer of the two? No, the shorter. So it looks like the shorter of the two. A valve stem. Pretty swollen. Oh, maybe it is going to be the tall one. Yep, it's the tall one, all right. Oops. Okay. So it now has a dipstick tube. And it's got oil on the dipstick. It says to add some oil, but that's okay. Now, wonder about the engine brake cable I brought out. Seems to be long enough. But this brake cable is not going to work for this, because I need some way to brace it on this side so that when I pull, it pulls the cable. Maybe like an eye hook. Because this sidewise seems like it's going to work, right? But unfortunately, again, can't work with on this side. So I'm going to temporarily just, I guess, disable that. Put a couple zip ties, one on there, one on this plug, so I can pull the plug off. But let's give it a try. There. That should give it spark. This way I can remove the spark plug. Yeah, that should be able to get me able to pull it off fairly easy. Okay, so let's see. How easy will this pull over? No problem. Okay, so I guess the only thing left to do now is, let's give it some gas. Okay, guess we'll give it a few primes. We'll see what happens. All right. Well, let's start. Let's see.
I hope so. Doesn't seem to. Oh no. Is it not going to start? Let's give it a few more primes. I do smell gas because I just added some. Uh-oh. Is the carburetor no good? Let's try some helper. A little bit of gasoline down the gullet. Should be enough to get her going. Let's see. No fuel coming out the pipe. But let's try giving it a squirt. There. Now let's see. Will she start this way? And will she start and continue to run? Whew. Stinky, stinky. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Maybe I have to change the carb.
I'm not giving it any gas at all. I'm just using the bottle to soak it out of the middle to let it run, try to pump the fuel up, get it cleared out. Okay, so good news, it looks like she's running. Aha! The pink mower is running! I mean, it's not running spectacular, she's kind of got a little bit of a head up, but it's running. Okay, let's shut her down.
I wonder. Fast fire. I wonder. Well, I'm going to try it again while she's hot. See if it'll restart. Let's see. Will it restart when hot? Or at least warm. Well, that's good news. I guess it's good enough that we could always cut some grass, but I think the first thing we should do, change this oil, though I think it might be leaking. Might be. I'm not 100% sure. If it is, I think it is. Looks like it's squirting up all here. Unless that's water. That could be water. Let's see. I'm gonna clean. Looks like there's oil coming up here. I guess that gasket's no good. Okay, so I'm gonna start it up one more time, and I'm gonna have a peek and see if oil is coming up. And if so, I gotta change that gasket. But I just thought about it. I don't need to change the oil on this. We already did that. We did that last year. I mean, yeah, I know it kind of sat, but it hasn't run. The oil's still technically fresh. This is the second time the engine's run since it's gotten new oil. So, yeah. One thing I am going to do, lower it down. At least to notch number 2. Why? Because why not? We can see about cutting some grass this way. Give my lawn the last cut of the season. Right. So let's start it up and take a look. And if the oil's not really coming out that bad, then we'll cut the lawn and then I'll change the gasket. Right. So let's start her up. Oops. Oh, look at that. Look at that. No, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. There's a lot of oil coming up. Okay, right, so we got to change that. Okay, give me a few minutes. I just got to get the oil seal. Oh, great. Now I got to find an oil seal, which means I got to check my spare engines. Oi, 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 oi. I wish I knew what happened to the original gasket. I don't know why that one's not the original gasket that's there. But it's not the original gasket. Okay, I guess I'll be back. I'll see you soon. Yeah, so about cutting my lawn for the final time. Yes, I know. I said I was just going in to get a seal for the oil tube. And I did get that seal, and I did put it on. But then it started to get a bit late, seeing as it's later on in the year. It gets late really fast. And yeah, I wasn't quite able to get set up to start this. And I figured, you know what, I'll just do it the next day. And then it started snowing. So the funny thing is, I had already recorded this whole outro, and the difference was the lawnmower was still at the front of the house, and it was quite literally the next day, and it was still snowing. What happened to that footage? I have no idea. Needless to say, I moved the mower back here, and it hasn't stopped snowing. So I haven't had a chance to be able to even cut the grass. I haven't been able to do anything, and I don't think I'm going to get that chance this year again. So I'm calling the video here. It's over. There's not much else I can do. But the fact that you guys are still here, I very, very, very much appreciate. It's great that you guys are here, actually. And if you haven't already, give it a thumbs up. That'd be very much appreciated. Ooh, that lens. Oh my, I'm gonna have to clean my lenses. If you're not subscribed, hopefully this video is the video where I earn your subscription. So if you could, I'd really appreciate it. It does help the channel a lot if you hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget, also leave a comment. Feel free to share this video with anybody you think might enjoy it. And I think that's that, guys. I think that's that. I guess I'll see you in the next one.